Hey guys, welcome back to FIFA 22 CF Fuenlabrada career mode, and today we are going to start the season 5 of this whole career mode. And of course, I really do hope that this might be or will be or potentially be the last season that I will do with this team before I moved out. Well, actually not moving out, but instead of moving on from PS4, actually moving to PS5. That's hopefully the case for now. But again, this season is going to be very massive. We have claimed ourselves a spot in the Champions League. And at the same time, you know what? We last season we were only 4 points away from Real Madrid, and of course this season we are trying to win the league if possible. And of course, this career mode is not about winning all the major trophies, but at the same time trying to be a little bit more realistic in general. But to the point where a lot of signings that we made has been quite realistic. But in this season, we need more quality players in certain areas, and of course throughout the last season that we did play in the Europa League, it shows how there are a few positions that I really do want to improve at. But you guys will see eventually in this career mode. In general, look at this. Squad hub after we came back. Of course, we have pretty much loads of players, but at the same time, a few players are going out on loan for the remainder of this season, and I believe a couple of players are leaving permanently for this career mode. And of course, one of them is notably Danny Garcia, who has been with the club for the past 4 seasons, and of course, I'm very grateful to have him. Remember, he scored on his debut with 57 rated when he was 18, but of course, right now he is arriving at 21-year-old. So there's no point of me actually continuing with this player because, again, he is probably not going to be featured in one of our games anymore. But right here, we are trying to extend the majority of the players' contract, and of course, you guys saw that I extended a few players whom I think they might potentially have a spot here. If not, even though I extend the contract, they are still quite an assets for us, potentially making profits off them. Of course, the first major player that I did extend the contract is Javi Serrano, who has been at the club for maybe 3-4 seasons. I forgot which season he came in for the club, but again, another fantastic extension for the club as well. 83 rated for him, and he has been probably one of the integral players that we have had for so long. And of course, second contract extension belongs to Cordoba. Unfortunately, hasn't been really proven himself to be a major player so far in the team, but of course, he is still quite a shadow behind Cifuentes. Again, these players eventually have to battle the first team, battle the starting position out in this season. And right here, the third player that we extended, the third major player we extended is Ilias right there, 83 rated, 21-year-old. There's no way I am going to let him go. But this is going to be a very interesting one because Robert Navarro, he has a 792 million release clause on his contract, while his contract wages is only $5,000, and I honestly doubt anybody in this world is going to trigger that release clause. So you know what, I want to spice things up a little bit more by actually putting a release clause on his name, but at the same time, I know nobody is going to take him away from us. He is going to be the captain for this season, but at the same time, he is going to be the best player in the team, and he is considered the best in the world. And of course, right here, we have shortlisted a few players, but the first player that has come to mind is actually Tomori. I've been wanting to sign this player since last season, but again, he was very, very expensive. But right here, we have decided to sell Coendrade. It's part of the deal as well. He is 49 million worth player, but at the same time, adding 80 million. But of course, Tomori is something. It's a player that I really do want to add more strength, to add more power, to add more speed into our defense. And of course, he is probably one of the players that is going to be replacing Nyonso. Unfortunately, Nyonso is not quite good for us throughout the last season. He made quite a lot of defensive mistakes at the back, so I am not quite really want him to be in our team for this season. And right here, we started off with a L in the preseason against Milan, which is totally fine. Again, it's more about the transfer window then the games, then preseason games. Right here, we received the first offer right here for Luca Nets. Again, he transitioned himself very nicely into a left midfielder, but again, I'm going to give him another chance. Even though last season on the left-hand area is a little bit weak compared to the right-hand side. Again, we still don't really have a prominent wide midfield players where we we clicked and we thought, oh, he is a great player. We haven't had that. We have like good players in the past, but right now, we just can't really we just can't really find anybody who has that same type of mindset. And right here, Nyonso will be going to AS Monaco. I believe it's AS Monaco or Sevilla. I didn't really pay attention. Oh, AS Monaco for 80 million. You know what? From 54 million of his evaluation to 80 million, that's a 26 million plus jump to 80 million. So you know what, he is pretty much cost same as Tomori. So I thought it was a very good opportunity to sell him under that, and we received $72.5 million for him. And of course, eventually we spent like 50 million on Tomori, which is totally fine. I think it might be a good part of business because again, Tomori is a very highly rated player, and I'm not surprised that his price tag or his evaluation in general will be more than 100 million. And after receiving that money from Nyonso, we have around 88 million to spend. And of course, right here, another player or another position that I do want to strengthen is actually a central defensive midfielder. But right here, we have gone for Scott McTominay from Bayern Munich. The Scottish CDM is somebody I actually do admire. Again, he reminds me of Joseph Fernandez, who was part of the squad from season 2 to 3. But again, he has that type of profile where he is tall, not too slow, and very good in the air. And I actually love that part of him, love that part of his game, which means he will be part of my team right here. 3-year contract with 120k per week, with a few 100k for his signing bonus. And again, he will be our second player in this. He will be our second player that are being signed for the club right here. And of course, very, very excited as well, which means he will be rotating between two main central defensive midfielders, Serrano and also Barbosa. And again, we still have two other central defensive midfielders that we need to start out in near future in this episode. You guys will check it out. And right here, we received an offer for Dominic Koa right here from Fiorentina for 10.5 million for him. And of course, we received another offer for Cifuentes, which is not currently, I'm not thinking about selling. And at the same time, we received two loan offers for Ray and Larai right here, Alberto Larai. But again, Alberto Larai, he is again the brightest young star that I've scouted, which means he will be part of this plan, part of this season. Of course, he will be the main backup for Godoy since Condredi has been sold already. Kouai right there, Dominic Kouai has been sold right there. 10 million, around 10 million, 9.5 million into the transfer budget. And Eric Martel right here, I was thinking about so hard, but unfortunately he 77 rated, 23 euro. I feel like I should move him on from here. Again, we can get quite a bit of money from here, 16 million to Wolverhampton right here. So I'm not I'm not quite disappointed with that transfer. And of course, Nico Serrano will be heading out as well. 22 euro, 77 rated. Haven't been really making quite an impact for us throughout the past 2 years. So I'm okay to let him go as well, which means we'll be strengthening on the left hand side and CDM area as well. Well, we already strengthened the CDM area, but right now it's more about on the left hand side. But of course, I will not be revealing just yet, but hopefully you guys will stay towards the end of the video to see what's going to happen. And we receive of course a monthly youth report. Again, nobody's being signed at this point, and looking at our monthly youth report, we haven't really seen a prominent good player based on the list that we're seeing right here. So it is going to be a very interesting in the near future. And right there, Serrano, Martel has been sold out, and Ray also will be loaned out at this point. You guys can see it right there. Ben Godfrey and Vignedo, and of course Quintero receive a transfer offer. 40 million for Quintero. We have Ricci, our Italian youth player, and I believe he is quite good enough to be replacing Quintero, and I'm happy to let him go. 40 million for a backup player, very very good cost. And Emmanuel Vignedo right here again he has not been live up to the expectation compared to Navarro. We also do have Romano as a central attacking midfielder, so why not sell Vignedo and actually using our youth system properly in this season. And Ben Godfrey also receive an offer. I believe that might be Juventus right there, not quite sure, but again, we receive quite a lot of money after sales of quite a lot of players right there. And of course, the first player that comes to mind with the recent bidding war between Arsenal and Manchester United in real life, I have gone for Lozano. Martinez, again, he can play on the left hand side, left center back area, plus he can be our rotated central defensive midfielder if he is needed. 27-year-old, 85 rated, and he is costing around 65 million in general, and of course with a generally quite cheap contract or weekly wages, so I'm happy to sign him up, and he is our third signing in this transfer window. I'm happy for him, actually, a natural left-footed player playing on the left hand side of the defensive of the center back area. So I think this is a very good piece of business, to be honest, even though he's 27-year-old, reaching his peak probably, but you know what, we'll wait and see. Tony Lozano also received a transfer offer, but I'm not interested in selling him yet. Might be in the future, but not quite yet. And right here we receive an offer for Ilias from Manchester United. Again, that's a no right there. And of course another transfer offer for Quintero. But again, I'm trying to sell him above 40 million right here. So hopefully there are clubs going to going to buy him, and eventually we did sell Quintero for a very nice price right there. We received 2 offers for Varela and also Cordoba. Unfortunately, both players will not be leaving the club for this season. Again, we will have to wait probably next season and see how the transfer is going. And right there, after selling a couple of players, we have 82.5 million to work at, and of course strengthening the left hand wide area. It's very important. Right here, we have gone for Manor. Solomon, the Israeli left midfielder, looking very good. 26-year-old, 83 rated. I believe he can grow a few more. And of course, at the same time, he is that type of profile that kind of interests me, to be honest. He, again, wages area in terms of wages, he is not that expensive, plus he is a natural set pieces specialist, and of course he is fast, good shooting as well, can also complement on the left hand side. Rotating between him and also Luka Nets will be a very important addition quality into our squad. And right there, he will be the 4th signing that we have, and we have come down to the first game of the season, but of course we will not be playing until the next episode. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We made a couple of signings. Actually, we made 4 signings, and of course a lot of very interesting contract negotiation happened earlier on in the season, or earlier on in July. But you know what, we've pretty much fixed our squad right here in this video. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in a bit.